Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a kill-all challenge for The Last of Us Part 2. Now, for this kill-all challenge, there are going to be a few ground rules that I'd like to explain right now. As the name mandates, obviously I have to kill every single enemy I come across. It is okay, however, if my allies kill an enemy or something like that, it doesn't matter. As long as all of the enemies have died, then it's okay. Obviously, if I don't kill everybody in a cutscene, that doesn't count. And for this run, I can use all of my weapons. Also, if you're curious, because I hate myself, I decided to do this on grounded mode. See, if I can use all of my weapons, I'm sure the game will give me enough supplies to make do with what I have. And anyways, after that very dull and boring introduction, let's get on with the video. The second Jax and Abby fight was really easy because all I did was stealth kill the enemies. And I know, that may seem like a very boring choice, but gosh darn it, I need to save my supplies. That cannot be said, however, about the next fight. Honestly, I just got really impatient and wanted to kill them quickly. And now to Ellie's half. Yeah, this part was also insanely easy. I just think I'm better at Jackson in general. But honestly, there wasn't much to write home about here. Now, for the Horde fight, you might be thinking, Amon, you can't kill all of them. They spawn infinitely. And to that, you'd be right. Yeah, so unfortunately, since they spawn infinitely and there really isn't a way for me to kill any of them, I just ran through here normally. Gosh darn it, I just wanted to do one challenge without a fail, but no. And this honestly also applies to the rest of the ski lodge section, but since this entire section is just enemies spawning infinitely, I'm just gonna count the whole thing as one big fail. And since we're in Seattle now, we have the bank fight. Honestly, this fight was pretty simple. I can't really say anything different about this since I always do this fight on grounded anyways. Aside from the fact that there were 2 more zombos hanging out when I tried leaving. Of course, just to waste my ammo. Oh my god, why are there so many infected here? This is downtown Seattle. Isn't this supposed to be like the chillest part of the game? Well, after that wacky adventure, we decided that we have had enough of this place, and so we decided to take a nice break at the Saravina Hotel, where we found even more infected! Oh my gosh, just leave us alone! Honestly, I'll take people over this. I spoke way too soon. Yeah, so the school fight isn't fun regardless of what challenge I do, but honestly, it's even worse on grounded. And I did admittedly die a few times in this area, but eventually I got it. Honestly, Capitol Hill was pretty fun. Deanie even helped out a little bit, which is crazy because she is the most useless ally I think I've ever had. Yeah, but for not ever doing this on grounded, this was actually really easy. And this isn't even me trying to gloat, I just have way too many hours on this game. I don't see any. Oh shit. The only thing I did for the TV station fight was bring a trap mine down. And since that killed them all, that was really good for me. What wasn't good for me was this random chasing that followed after. Yeah, since the enemies are spawning here infinitely, I'm just gonna take the fail. Honestly, I just waited for the train station fight and then just stealth killed the rest of the clickers. But of course, the moment I get out of that section, there is a scripted event where several clickers come at me. Since they're still there and I can't kill them, I'll count it as a fail. But not for the next 2 infected fights, baby! I literally just used my rifle and shotgun for all of the shamblers because I cannot be bothered to lose health by meleeing them. My only problem was freaking Dina! Oh my god, she constantly got in the way, and I ended up having to restart the second fight a few times because of her. And now that Dina and I have made an epic entrance to the train station, Dina of course decides to blame me for trying to steal her thunder and popularity. Tina, I would never do that. You tried doing that by absolutely sabotaging the second infected fight. Anyway, since the infected also spawn here infinitely, I'm also gonna count this as a fail since I theoretically could kill them. Freaking Dina, not you again! Anyways, after making fun of my allies' abilities for the entire day, I decided that it would be best to take a trip by myself and definitely not go with Dina. Anyways, all of my talk about trying to save my resources went straight out the window when I literally wasted almost all of my supplies in the first WLF fight. And honestly, that trend continued for all of the infected parts of Hillcrest. Until I got very worried about the bloater fight and decided to just save my resources. Honestly, the last WLF fight was way easier than I initially thought. I was stealthing my way through until I started recording, which is when I got caught and promptly wasted all of my health. And honestly, the rest of Hillcrest was really easy too. This is grounded game, come on, get it together. Oh my gosh, why is this so easy? Then of course, Jesse disrespects my simple request of my want to be alone. And even said I was lying when I said Hillcrest was easy. And so my new frenemy and I decided to see who was better at the next fight. I think it's pretty clear who won here. And if I don't have enough reasons to already hate my allies, I was forced to go with Jesse into another failure. Yeah, so since there are way too many infected to kill all of them, I'm just gonna take the L and call this a fail. And honestly, the flashback is boring as shit since nothing really even happens anyway, so I'm gonna just skip over it. And now, for the second half of LE Day 2 was a total pain. Like, if I'm gonna be real here, the infected restaurant fight and the WLF deserters fight wasn't too bad. I just pretty much knifed my way through because I wanted to save the little supplies I did have left. But then, of course, the WLF deserters, totally trying to kill me by the way, begged for me to spare his life. And now, I could have just left him there and failed my challenge, but this is me we're talking about. I'm a perfectionist, so I wasn't gonna let that slide. And of course, the stalker fights sucked a lot because enemies were just kind of going at me and I did not want to lose any of my health, so I just ended up using pretty much all of my ammo, which is awesome. And honestly, the second fight wasn't much better either. To be honest, I was very worried about the Scar fight because I was wasting all of my ammo, which you probably think I would try to avoid by now, especially since I'm doing this ungrounded. But nope, I guess not. Oh yeah, and since I can't kill all of the stalkers here, I'm gonna count this as another fail. And because Ellie hasn't gotten on my nerves enough throughout this run, she decided to bring me into a very peaceful cult group that would probably make me fail my challenge again, but whatever, I guess it's your decision, Ellie. I mean, it is your life. Yeah, so this Seraphite fight was actually pretty difficult to get through, mainly because normally on my grounded runs, I always like to save all of my resources for this fight, and so it's actually pretty difficult when I don't have resources to use for the fight, but eventually I was able to make it through the area just fine. For the second Scar fight, I would like to apologize because I did not record nearly as much footage as I should have because I just really wanted to pay attention. This is also true for the hospital fight, so I apologize in advance. But the second Scar fight actually went relatively well, so good for me. Honestly, the hospital fight was probably one of the hardest runs so far. I'm not sure why. I think it's because I don't have enough supplies, and normally I use it with supplies, but it's whatever. And when I simply asked Nora if she can toss over some of the hospital supplies because I was having a very rough day, she told me that I was dangerous because I was pointing a gun at her. Honestly, Nora, this is a kill-all challenge on grounded. I'm really not much of a threat. Do you really think I have bullets in my gun right now? Nora, just give me the supplies. I know you have them. Don't hide them from me. I hate when people gatekeep. In fact, I was so mad at her for gatekeeping those supplies, I decided to push her down with me into the basement, which led me into yet another fight section. Jesus, what is wrong with this city? Honestly, this section was kind of boring. It was just like the train station. Literally all I did was lure the clickers to the WLF, and then I killed the clickers. Except this time I did it with smoke bombs and trap mines, so it's different, I guess. And now that I have Jesse with me, the fights are gonna be way harder. Just kidding. Anyways, the infected fight was really nothing to write home about, besides the fact that I normally don't do this fight on grounded. And don't worry, I also made sure to get on the random parking garage area so I can fight the other stalkers and frankly waste the machete I had just gained seconds earlier. Honestly, the second WLF fight wasn't too bad. I kind of went aggressively here, which made me lose all of my health. And after Jesse flat out tells me that I was doing a horrible job, I decided to leave him and take my anger out on the local mall people. And for the last Seraphite encounters Ellie, I kind of sniped them all, except I kind of forgot to record. Sorry. And now, it's time for the treacherous, horrendous bloater fight. Honestly, this fight was insanely easy. I felt so underwhelmed, actually, that I even checked to make sure it was still on grounded because I was just in utter disbelief on how easy it was. That was all? Ew, that's underwhelming. What?
Okay.
That's all?
That's that damn Ferris wheel.
That was so underwhelming. Are you kidding me? That's so unfair. I saved all of this ammo for nothing. Are you kidding me? Telling me I could have been more aggressive? Oh, fuck you. Okay, so as Abby, this part might be considered a fail since they're technically WLF, except I don't because I don't consider them to be enemies yet. And of course, Manny decided to bring Mel in and ruin my peaceful day alone. If you don't want to do a kill-all challenge with me, then go away. I've had enough bad encounters with Dina. And of course, right after they go with me, I am in a unavoidable section where I cannot kill all the Seraphites in my area. Since I can't kill all of them and they spawn infinitely, I'm going to count this as another fail. I'm blaming you for this, Manny. I don't know why, I just think it's your fault. Honestly, the rest of the on-foot section was really boring because it's literally the exact same of how I always play it on Grounded. Which, if you don't know, you should totally see my other videos. I know that you don't see them, Rebecca. Oh shit! And in Chinatown, it was pretty fun to do the infected. I normally don't do them, but I actually did pretty good at fighting them. And yes, that also includes those 2 random clickers in the restaurant and that one other runner in the pottery shop. And for the scar part of Chinatown, it wasn't too difficult, except I did murder them all. I need to have a clean slate here with this challenge, come on. To be honest, the stalker fight in the woods was literally nothing to write home about. I just played how I normally do. Hey, I'm not complaining though, at least I didn't fail my challenge. I spoke too soon. Fricking Yara.
Is it the things that I did for putting you bitches on? Is it my fault that all of you bitches gone?
Yeah, so even though I can kill all of the infected in my general area, there are still infected in the outskirts of the woods that make random noises, so I'm gonna count this as a fail. And this also counts for the restaurant fight. Yay! I can never win this challenge. Yeah, so unfortunately, after you kill all the infected and Lev opens the ambulance for you, clickers spawn in infinitely, and so since I didn't want to waste my ammo, I just ran to the ambulance. And after that lovely encounter, I decided that I should have a getaway at a shipping yard fight. I know, kind of a weird place for a vacation, but whatever. Honestly, the boat fight wasn't too bad. For the first part, I just stealthed my way through. And on the second half, I just used 2 pipe bombs, which literally killed all of the infected. And the upgraded, the better shipping yard fight on day 2 was really easy. I just stealthed my way through until I couldn't. I know, I'm amazing. Except the bosses literally took like 17 years to kill. Come on, man, you guys aren't bloaters, get it together. Which is ironically the fight I was super worried about after I wasted literally so much ammo on the first infected fight. Honestly, it's quite embarrassing. Which makes up for the fact of how well I did on the first Scar fight. Honestly, I was killing it. Which, that luck is of course depleted the second after. Of course, because why should anything ever go well? The stalker fight was pretty fun. I just picked them off one by one in a corner. I shouldn't be scared of you. You should be scared of me.
We're taking too long.
Shut up, Lev! Oh my gosh, why is this building so infested with infected? Man, and I thought downtown Seattle was bad, but I guess not. How are there so many more infected in this building? I thought I cleared it out. And it turns out it wasn't cleared again. What the heck, Lev? I'm blaming you for this. This is definitely your fault. And now I have no ammo for the Rat King fight. But definitely enough to use my guns for some of the clickers in the basement. Yeah, so since I died the time I tried using melee only, I decided it would be okay if I just use my guns. I'll just live with the pain later. And now for the horrific, the horrendous, the disgusting Rat King fight. Yeah, so I came into this fight expecting myself to not have nearly enough ammo to kill it, but I actually still had a decent amount left. And honestly, same for the mini Rat King. I just fought him until I was low on ammo and then decided to melee him to death. So I forgot to film the first infected fight, my bad, but I just ran through it and let the infected jump to their death, so it was no problem. Nor was the first Scar fight because I handled that like a boss. And then there were some innocent locals passing by, and I could have just let them go, but this is a kill-all challenge. I don't show mercy here. Well, I guess neither does Yara, because she made me run right in front of the enemies and made me use an entire health kit. Thanks a lot, Yara. Freaking Yara, just go away from me at this point. No, I didn't mean. And after Isaac, much like Jesse, invalidates my abilities to kill everybody in sight. Are you kidding me? And after Yara shows her iconicness in her last few seconds, Lev and I decided to get out of that situation. See, at least Lev supports me. And Lev seemed kind of sad after. I wonder why that could be. But it's okay because at least we have each other. Honestly, Abby's first WLF fight wasn't too bad because I just played how I normally do on Grounded, and only now I've realized that I've gotten a little bit too used to the mechanics in this game. Oh shoot! Come on! We got them! Up there! Okay. Whoa. This is Grounded mode, everybody. Come on, game. Get it together. What the heck? Oh my gosh. I cannot believe that actually happened. He didn't take a single shot at me. Honestly, the second WLF fight wasn't that bad either. I just mainly let the WLF and the Seraphites kill each other, and whoever was left I took out Maniac style. And for the horsing ride fight, we have a big problem. See, I can kill some of the people while on horseback, but there's no way I can just kill everybody in this section. So I'll add it as another fail. And after dying embarrassingly a couple times on the last Abby fight, I was able to make my way through fairly easily. And here's where we run into another problem. Although I can kill the big scar dude, there's some extra scars in WLF on the top part of the docks. And since I don't have my backpack here, I can't kill them. Therefore, I will count that as another fail. So, Lev, how was the island vacation getaway? But because Lev was in a bad mood, I decided to pull on my witchcraft card and make him a jacket out of thin air. Unfortunately, that didn't cheer him up, so I thought it would be a valuable life lesson for him to do a kill-all at the theater with me. We got some real nice bonding moments over here. Honestly, there isn't much to talk about the theater fight because in this, when I try to go and kill Ellie, it goes into a cutscene, and since she doesn't kill her anyway, and this isn't a cutscene, it does not count for me. Anyways, now that we're in Santa Barbara, we were rocking some cool outfits in the streets. And after making the executive decision to sacrifice Lev to an infected because I thought it was funny, the local Santa Barbaran police locked me up for using witchcraft. I mean, come on, don't be jealous of me. It's not my fault you guys don't have the powers. I, as Ellie, decided I should rightfully free Abby even though I hated her moments earlier. Anyways, the first infected fight wasn't too bad. I kind of slyly stealthed my way in and then performed my excellent shooting skills at the clickers. And for this rich-ass mansion fight, it was annoying as hell because it had my two least favorite types of infected, shamblers and stalkers. So I kind of just blew them up to Kingdom Come and then shot them with my sniper rifle. And on my fearsome quest to save my new best friend, I arrowed and knifed any infected I can see. I have places to be, people. Come on. Oh my gosh, how are there people here too? It's gonna take me 17 business days to get to Abby then at this point. Anyways, the second Rattler fight wasn't too bad. I just stealthily killed them, and when that failed, I just meleeed them to death. And the third fight was also really easy. I just let Anthony go and kill enough of them, and once he was dead, I just stealth killed the rest of the enemies. And now for the resort fight. This part was pretty tricky. Honestly, that part of me saying how easy it was to stealth kill all the enemies was all in vain because this part was really difficult. But eventually, the enemies lost sight of me, and I just stealth killed some of them, and then let the infected go to do the dirty work for me. Hey, I mean, I hate fighting the Rattlers, but letting the infected go does make it a little bit easier for me. But unfortunately, after both the clickers died, I had to fight aggressively, which I hate doing, but all in all, this last section wasn't too bad. But when one of them begs for their life again, I was like, you literally tried attacking me. I'm just trying to find my best friend. Friendship forever, am I right? And And the last Rattler fight was honestly pretty bad. It took me several tries to get through this section, but at the end I did have a decent itinerary. Not to mention my super awesome gameplay. Honestly, I'm really proud of this. And it definitely didn't contradict what I literally just said 5 seconds ago. And after innocently looking for Abby, this random lady tries pushing me into a wall. What is wrong with these people? I really have to find Abby. Hey girl, good to see you. Oh my god, what are you doing? Yeah, so Abby was a little bit pissed at me because it took me a long time to find her, but eventually we worked out our differences and realized that we shouldn't hate each other. So we became best friends again and went to Catalina Island together. Yep, that's what happened. Totally what happened. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This one was actually way easier than I thought it would be, since it was on Grounded and all, but it was still pretty fun. So bye!